Addition angle identities. Example 4. Now just as you can write 2 times 3 is the same as 3 times 2, so cos A sine B, so cos A times sine B, we're multiplying these two, so I can move the order around just like I did here. So it's the same as sine B times cos A. So if I have something like this, this term and this term are exactly the same. That's a cos A. There you go, cos A times, we're multiplying by sine B, I'm multiplying by sine B here as well. So I could write it as 2 lots of cos A sine B, or 2 lots of sine B times cos A. These are exactly the same. So I want to simplify this expression, so I should do this in like 2 steps. There's this, I've got to expand this, and separately I have to expand this. Okay, so sine A plus B will give sine A cos B plus cos A sine B, and sine A minus B gives sine A cos B minus cos A sine B. So all we need to do now is collect like terms, simplifying. Okay, so expanding the brackets, what you'll see here is there's a cos A sine B term here, and there's a minus cos A sine B term here. So these will cancel, and these two are the same. So we get 2 lots of sine A cos B. So that's fully simplified. Example 6, we have an equation, and we need to find tan x in terms of tan y. So we can see that we have the addition of some angles, and we need to use the addition angle identities to expand first. Okay, so that's the first part done. Now there's a coefficient there, and here I need to bring that back in. So all I've done here is I've expanded just the sine x plus y. I haven't considered the 2 that I'm multiplying by at the moment. So I've got all of these terms on the left hand side, but I've got to multiply by 2. So at the moment it's a bit like this, like there's brackets and there's a 2 on the outside. So I need to multiply by 2 here and here. And likewise on the right hand side, all I've done is I've expanded cos x minus y to get these terms, but this was multiplied by 3. I need to multiply all of this by 3 as well. Again, it's like this. There's the 3, and it's going to multiply, or I can just multiply by 3 here and here. Now to get terms in terms of tan, we know the identity that sine over cos is tan. So as long as the angle is the same throughout, so this could have been in terms of angle y as well, so sine y over cos y is tan y. So I'm going to divide by something throughout. So I've got 4 separate terms here. I need to divide each one by the same thing. So if I divide by cos x throughout, then these are the same. That cos x there will cancel with that cos x there. It's a bit like when you multiply numbers like this, 5 times 6 times 7. If I divide by 6, that 6 will cancel with that 6. So now you're just left with 5 times 7. And that cos x will cancel with this one. And we know that sine over cos, so that will be tan x right there. So I can replace everything that I've highlighted here with tan x. And I can do the same here. Replace this bit highlighted with tan x. So now this is 2 tan x cos y plus 2 sine y equals 3 cos y plus 3 tan x sine y. Okay, now I'm going to divide by cos y throughout. So these are the same, they cancel. These are the same, they cancel. And this time we have sine over cos So that's going to give us tan y, this highlighted part. We can replace with tan y. And the same here, sine over cos is tan. So we have tan y, tan y. Okay, so we can get rid of this and replace it with tan y. So simplifying now gives us, so we get these terms after simplifying, and then we can collect like terms, and we can simplify and so on and so forth. Okay, so I have a tan x term here. This term has a tan x in there, although it's not a tan x term by itself like that one was. So if I have this term and this term together on the left hand side of the equation, then we get this, and then I'm going to factor out the tan x from here. So we're left with a 2 minus 3 tan y in brackets. Okay, so once it's factorized, we just want the tan x by itself. At the moment it's multiplied by all of this line brackets, so we need to divide the right hand side by 2 minus 3 tan y there. So now we have tan x in terms of tan y. So when a question says find something in terms of something, this should be like the subject of your equation at the end. So tan x equals, and then whatever you've got in terms of tan y.